What's up, guys? It's Becca Switzer here with Roof Sales Mastery and author of Diamonds in the Sky. And today I want to actually bring up a point that Trent and one of my clients, Nick Benias, who just came and visited us here in Colorado, and I discussed last night, which was basically why you should not be aiming to produce million-dollar producers within your company. Now you're like, why wouldn't I want million-dollar producers in my company, Becca? That's not the point. Everybody wants million-dollar producers in their company, but the problem that a lot of these business owners are running into in this industry is typically, if you're a business owner, more likely than not, you probably were a pretty badass salesperson before you got to the position that you opened your own company, right? So you look at your own example, and you're like, I sold 1.3 million, in my first 8 months, anybody should be able to do this. And so you're looking to kind of find people like you to fill those roles in your company. But the problem is, I talked about this in a video called Freaks of Nature a couple days ago, but the problem is the people who do $1 million are the vast minority. The average salesperson in our industry, I don't know if you're familiar with this stat or not, but they sell about 350,000. So if you could have 8 people that could do 350,000 and 2 people who do $1 million, you need to have systems in place and a process to attract and support the average salesperson. Why? Because you can get way more of them. Now, once you have people who have mastered the basics and are mastering the averages, that's where those people can basically be the cream that rises to the top. Right? $1 million producers it's not like you have these special ways to produce $1 million producers. You have ways that you're going to develop the average salesperson, and then those unique individuals are going to be able to take that, master it, and then rise to the top to become $1 million producers. Okay? Think about it like this. Maybe some of you have kids. I don't. I have dogs. They're basically my kids. But if you think about in school, obviously, there's some kids that are gifted. They're way more intelligent than their kids. They catch on faster. They're in tag classes, talented and gifted, way advanced math, way advanced reading levels. They're reading at a college level and they're in 5th grade. That's like the 1%, right? Well, if teachers and schools were gearing curriculum and how they were teaching toward that top 1% only for the whole school, virtually almost everybody would flunk out, right? Those random people those students who were at that level naturally and had that gift, that 1% are going to make it, but you're going to fail almost everyone else because they're not at that level, and you could never get them to that college reading level without giving them the environment that they need to produce at an average level, right? So think about that. You shouldn't be aiming to produce $1 million producers. You're aiming to create an environment and give people the tools and resources to master the averages, to build several average people who do 350,000. That's the type of people that then get the opportunity to grow and figure out their own flavor to become like you and me, to really do $1 million if they're that type of person. So just something to think about. I know it's kind of backwards, but when you're a business owner, Trent brought up a great point. Most business owners go into business and they're like, man, if I could just get $2 or $3 million producers, that's all I need. I can basically wash my hands of having to do any more sales myself. Well, if you're trying to find $2 or $3 million producers, I hate to tell you this, but you're basically you're in an impossible search. Yes, people are out there, plenty of people do $1 million, but you cannot bank on developing those $1 million producers. You can bank on giving people the training they need to be able to be average, and then giving them the opportunity from there to become, those superstar salespeople, right? So anyways, just something to think about. I know it's a little bit crazy and backwards, but once you really can shift gears and shift your mindset about developing your company and your salespeople, everything will change for you. So again, if you're a business owner and you're struggling to retain salespeople, attract salespeople, and train them, then let us know. If I always say this, but what is the definition of insanity? It's doing the same shit over and over and expecting different results. So if what you've been doing up until this point hasn't gotten you to where you want to be, something has to change, okay? It doesn't mean that you're doing poorly, but if you're not getting the results that you want, you have to be able to let go of, your ego about the way you've done things up until now and say, you know what, yes, I need to do something different. What I'm doing isn't working. It's not getting me the results that I want. And then be open to putting some different strategies in place. So I've got a great program for attracting and recruiting and hiring salespeople. It's a recruiting machine. You can get on www.roofsalesmastery.com and check that out if you'd like. And then really the other piece of the puzzle to that they really work together is the new hires training. And so that's the program that is going to give you the training program verbatim, literally down to the word what you're going to say when, to train guys in 3 to 5 days, get them out the door, and create all of those people that can figure out how to do the job quickly, enjoy it, aka they're going to get paid quick because they're not enduring that ridiculous learning curve or quitting in 3 weeks because they're getting beat up at the door. And then that's where you give people the opportunity to become those badass salespeople. So check that out. As always, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you are not super tired of hearing my voice yet and you want to get more tips. We post videos every single week typically. And if you have more questions, you want to talk to me, you can email Becca, BECCA, at roofsalesmastery.com, and we'll see what we can figure out for you. So that's it here for today. There's a dog in my office. There he is. He's growling. I think that means I need to go. But anyways, guys, great chatting with you here today, and have a wonderful week. I will talk to you guys next time. See ya.